There's actually no legal nonsense for why it's not been... That is an automaton, it is a Hatsune Miku automaton. There's no legal reason. Basically, FromSoft made Bloodborne. Sony is the publisher and also rights holder for Bloodborne. So, like, Sony is the company that needs to say, hey, we want a sequel, or hey, we want a remake, or a remaster, or a re-release. But, apparently, they don't want any of that. Like, we've gotten PC releases for all the other Sony exclusive stuff. And every time people ask, like, the FromSoft crew, like, hey, what's the deal? They're like, it's on Sony's end. The consolidation in the industry is getting really scary. They fear the nude mods. That's why we haven't gotten a few different games, which is always funny to me. Like Judgment, we haven't gotten PC releases of the Judgment games because they don't want that particular actor who they use for the main character. They don't want that model being messed with online. It's like, are you insane? Like, this is crazy people talk. But I do not care for this big company just eats other companies to make products. Like, Microsoft picked up Activision. That was no good, and now we got Sony talking about wanting to buy Katakawa. And just to take a moment to talk about that, I don't want anyone getting their fingers in my FromSoft experience. But B, Katakawa is massive. Like, they're huge. They're not just video games. Like, they have majority shareholding in FromSoft, yes. But they are also, like, the owner of, I want to say, like, 7 different anime studios, including Dogakoba, who I very much enjoy their work. Among other things. And, like, Sony has been buying up the streaming services. Like, they bought Funimation and they bought Crunchyroll and merged the two of them together. If they directly buy studios, that's a little gross to me. At that point, they will own the studios making the anime and the platforms streaming the anime. It's like, come on. We gotta have some rules. If all the FromSoft titles become PlayStation exclusive going forward, I mean, if we look at their history, they would probably mostly come to PC. Like, again, I don't know why Bloodborne's the one exception, but all the other Sony exclusives have released on PC. It is bizarre to me that Bloodborne's the one that they haven't done. Bizarre to me. I don't know why. Hungry Machine keeps on turning. IP law is predatory. It's even more weird because, like, these companies are all international. Like, Sony is largely a Japanese company, but they have, you know, American branches and all other kinds of branches. But Katakawa, that's strictly a Japanese company. I don't know how, like, international IP law works. It's all dumb. It's all frustrating. It all just gets watered down. Might be tied to a Sony studio that they dissolved. Might have sold some stuff during the dissolution. For Bloodborne, FromSoft made all of it. Sony owns the IP rights to it. There shouldn't be any of that. Like, often it's a music thing when it comes to Japanese stuff. Like, a lot of things in Japan are, why can't we have this re-released? Like, oh, because the rights to that song are exclusive to Japan. It's like, what? That's insane. But with Bloodborne, it's all in the clear, and it's just Sony's sitting on it, and people don't know why. There's a lot of rumors about why, but no idea why. Alright, we just unlocked one of 3 locks on the box. We got the garage. This means nothing to me. I'm not sure. The hospital looks pretty up to code to me. What's going on, local femboy? And consumers. They definitely don't hate money, but they do hate consumers as far as I can tell. Let's think about this. Ooh, specifically Studio Japan was the holder on behalf of Sony, and Studio Japan was dissolved, partially or fully, and folded into another studio named Team Asobi. Interesting. Very interesting. Like, I know Sony was the publisher, but that's interesting that Studio Japan, which I believe was a subsidiary of Sony, wasn't it? Dollars don't count to Sony games. No one understands Sony's decisions when it comes to a lot of things. Very funny. There's a lot of shady selling of shares, creative control being chipped off for BlackRock and company. Oh god. BlackRock always pisses me off every time they show up. It's them and there's one other company. Like, these are basically two companies that own everything. We've really allowed a weird predatory system to evolve around everything in our lives. Hold on, I hear... There's something moving around, but I think it's in a door I can't get into, right? Yeah, I don't think I have a way into L2, or do I? No, it's all covered up. Yeah, this is a pushable thing. I can't get in there yet. No, that's fair, Mighty Odin. Like I said, the fact that this is how it works also fills me with rage and dread sometimes. Chain box. I believe I need to go to a different floor. Which means I need to cut through storage to get around to the staircase. Yeah, I need to go to, like, floor 1. I don't think we can do anything on floor 3 at the moment. Yeah, we're done on floor 3. We finished the surgical chair. All this is done. Hunky-dory. Where's the ladder drop me off? Ladder's in D1. Ladder goes down to floor 1. Alright, let's go to the staircase. Let's not dwell on the horrors of the real world. Instead, let us dwell on the horrors of this fake, made-up video game world. What floor am I on? I'm on floor 2. Can't go down there. Feeling the sake come on? I don't worry about that. You're fine. I don't like that the floor 1 map doesn't get the same level of grime to let me know where I've been. It's very handy on floor 2 and floor 3. Then on floor 1, it's like very, very subdued. Okay. But what haven't we done in here is the question. I feel like we've been pretty thorough. Alright, hole in the floor. Yeah. And this is where it all started. You know, that's right. When we first got here, I immediately took the elevator without even exploring any of floor 1. And then we ended up coming down from above and did exploration. So let's take a nice calm jaunt around floor 1. Not that there might not be anything now that I think about it. Wow, never mind. It's true disposable. Like, It's scary stuff. I don't much like it. Don't much like it. But very frustratingly, there's very little any of us can do. It's very scary shit. And it's only getting worse. Alright. Maybe I do need to go back up to the 3rd floor and take the ladder down. Because again, what here haven't we done? I feel like I've been everywhere I have access to. I need to find a way to drop down into L2 from floor 3. But that's not gonna happen. Those doors are locked. We could try roof access. I don't know if we've been up there yet. So we don't want the ladder, we want the stairs. Excuse me, ma'am. I went the wrong way. But director's office has a circle around it. We should probably go. Circles typically mean the door is locked, but can be opened. Yeah, we need to find the key. Alright. I'm pretty back up to speed on what I'm trying to accomplish here. God, I hate the noises in this place, though. That electrical noise, I hate it. Least favorite sound. Oh my god. Nurse's station. This place is a nightmare. What? I don't... How do I get over there? They sealed doors that were formerly unsealed. That stairwell's locked. We're done in exam room 4. How do I get to the staircase? What the hell? Well, let's check restroom. Is this it? Like, the nightmare version of the hospital is the worst. 60 hertz hum of your tech is fucked? Yeah. Transformer hums. Oh, here we go. God damn it. And this is why I hate this part of the hospital. We gotta remember, there's like crawling under zones, climbing over zones. Pretty sure it reset all the enemies that were in here. This is a new spot. We went into a new room, everybody. Oh, we're cooking now. And here I thought this was a place I'd been before. We have bullets for days. Not using my gun for the first giant chunk of the game has really given us a plethora of 9mm. Like, I have somewhat older power strips, and those make the hum you're talking about. Well, I don't know where the thing that ran across the screen got off to. Could hear it moving. I bet it was one of those mannequin legs. They're hunting us. More bullets. Don't mind if I do. Would like, yes, shotgun shells. That's what I'm looking for. Huh. Doesn't sound like they like that. Sexy nurse, please stay down. Man, please. Oh, that hurt. That hurt, lady. Dirty needle in the arm. There we go. Teach her a lesson. A peaceful 9mm. Parry. Alas, we have but the dodge button and the swing button. Door is locked, but the chain goes in there, so we know it's a place we gotta go. Alright, there's something nearby. You know, let's go into M2. That's a dead end. Knock, knock! Ooh, pills! Well, I'm not allowed to collect the pills? Pills in a sink. Please, sir. Please. One year they've been watching me. So many pills they fed me. When a loud hour comes, I tremble every time light falls. Beautiful. Give it a flip. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Hmm. 1 year. One code sync clock light? I think one number is 1. The number of pills is the other. So 1. 2, 4, 6. 1, 6. Watch it go dark. 1, 6. Gonna say 2? 1, 6, 2? That's a tall ass glory hole. Yeah, 1, 6, 2. I gotta look at the memo again. 1, 2. Oh! The loud hour. I think that was the clock. What time do we put the clock to? We gotta go check the clock. I think it's 1622. One 622 sounds right. And I'm betting that's for the padlock. Yeah, take out the weapon. Padlock next to the chain box. Alright, static means somebody's here. Oh, hey! Ow. 1622, a fine year indeed. Yeah, he was under my feet. That was surprising. Men's locker room. I don't think we have a way in there, but before we advance, let's double check. Yeah, it's on the other side of the clock. Yeah, inaccessible. Alright. Handy dandy. Hello? Bullets? Won't say no to that. Make sure all 10 are in the gun. Nothing in there. Oh. 1622 is when the Holy Roman Empire and Transylvania signed the Peace of Nikolsburg. Thank you, Gasso. I knew there was something to it. Alright. You see, this one's very good about darkening the parts of the map I've explored. Floor 1's terrible at it. Cool. And I imagine... once we unlock the padlock, something else in the area will change. That's how it's worked so far. Well, let's do it. Alright, padlock. Nice. As to what changed, I don't know. Looks like a wall to hit with a stick. Oh no, chat delay. Where was I when we were near a wall we could break? Weren't we just down here? Yeah, I came through restroom. Well, I guess we know what changed then. That is a newly blocked off area. Right? Yeah, we came from there. Because we went... We climbed over... We did L1... M5, restroom... Alright. The wall with the hand murals. Anytime it does that weird... It seems to indicate that something about the area changed. From the original game. Yeah, we've gotten those a bunch. Again, I don't know what changed after we did that. Like, we can't go back to where we were. That's one thing. Has to be a way into that room. And we can see from here. No, no. Still no key for the director's office. Oh ho ho! Here we go. I knew we'd find a way in. Come on. Your turn. Man, please. Ah, I knew it was a threefer, but I couldn't see where the third swing was coming from. All right, threats neutralized. Well, then we can open here. I'll learn you, mirror. Alright, I feel better. Man, I'm trending up on handgun ammo. Makes me feel safe, secure, American. Well, the next puzzle's already been solved. Let's go. Move you over. Double check. Oh, I love 5-hour energy drinks. Cool, alright. We want to grab this. This is the jankiest part of the game, as far as I'm concerned. He moves this table very weirdly. Oh my god, come on, James. Push. There it is. Onward and upward. Alright, last enemy in this area. I hear you. Stay down. Okay. Handgun ammo. Never gonna want for handgun ammo. Not sure if this is Game of the Year, but it's certainly Squidgiest Game of the Year in my heart. Them sounds. They did a good job with this one. Oh! Like, I would say I'm fairly impressed with the Silent Hill 2 remake. It's not up in, like... I feel like Resident Evil 2 remake set such a high bar for... If you're gonna do a really, really good remake of a PlayStation 1 era game, it's hard to beat Resident Evil 2 remake. That is high caliber stuff. But this has been pretty good. It does feel a little bit... Like, I think 2 did a great job of... It didn't just add, it subtracted. Like, it trimmed out some parts that didn't necessarily need to be there. It streamlined some segments. When it did introduce something, it introduced things that made the story feel a little bit more concise and connected. It was really good. Silent Hill 2 feels like it's falling into a trap that other remakes sometimes make. Chief among them being Final Fantasy VII Remake, which again, isn't quite a remake, it's secretly a stealth sequel and a reimagining. But boy, do they add a lot of pointless bullshit that doesn't need to be there. And this game does that too. Like, the apartments and the hospital are twice as long as they were in the original. And the segments are like, they're good, I'm enjoying them. But they do overstay their welcome after a while. Like, I feel like the hospital, make part A 3/4 the length of it. It would still be longer than the original. Same thing with the dark version. They made it 3 freaking games. To make it 2 is hubris. The open world parts of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth are just... I want to play it. I want to finish it. I like Final Fantasy. I love Final Fantasy VII. But every time I turn it on, the open world part's just like... Right, video game. He's there again. Looking, staring. He says he'll drag me there. I don't want to. I won't let him take me. Like, I know there are folks that are angry that, with the Game of the Year awards, right? Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is listed on there, and they're like, no, they shouldn't put a remake on there. And I'm like, I agree they shouldn't put remakes on there, but not... That one doesn't count as a remake. Like, you put Final Fantasy VII and Rebirth side by side, they barely look like the same game. The first Final Fantasy game I picked up was 13. That was a mistake. 13's not one I enjoy, but it is the most popular one in Japan, which is weird. Yeah, remasters definitely shouldn't be on there. I just looked at Original Silent Hill 2 guide, and there are 2 separate apartments. Back to back. Yeah, the original game did have the, like, normal apartment and then the dark... The Silent Hill dimension, I guess we'll call it, even though it's all Silent Hill. But they were collectively, like, half the length of what we experience in the remake here. 2 different apartments. Oh, shit. There is another apartment block, isn't there? The Silent Hillier dimension. Ooh, director's office key. That's a good one. Yeah, remakes I could see an argument for, outside of a few that are, like, direct, you know? But just make a category for DLC. Yeah, Woodside and Blue Creek. We are probably going to have another apartment segment in this game. But they did space them out, I suppose. If you're looking at the guide right now, let me know. But in the original, it's apartment, and then hospital. In this one, we do apartment, hospital, and then I assume we're gonna do apartment. No one knows. 2. Apartment, hospital. Alright. They are changing up the order. I like Shadow of the Erdtree quite a bit, but it's weird to me that it's going to be listed as a Game of the Year contender. It doesn't make any sense. They got a little too smushed together in this one, hence the way too long apartment sequence. Okay, that could be it. They definitely added a lot of rooms, I think. Helldiver should be on the list. Space Marine 2 should be on the list. There's a lot of stuff that should have been on the list. That was Observation Room, that was L3, that was C5. I guess we're going to... Whoops. Helldivers 2 definitely should have got a nomination. I guess it's gonna be listed as, like, multiplayer game. That's the category it will show up for. Which is, you know, fine. But I feel like it should have at least been a contender. Oh, this is how we get to the roof, huh? Also, and this is the least controversial thing I will ever say, they should hold the Game of the Year awards in January. Like, let the year end. There are games that are coming out after that show. It's stupid. I know the awards are meaningless, but I want to vote for Balatro. Vote for Balatro. I mean, on the list for Game of the Year, that's the only one that I've played that feels like it could be a Game of the Year. That isn't, like, again, love Shadow of the Erdtree. But I don't want to, like, vote for anything that requires a base game. That doesn't feel true to the spirit of Game of the Year. If it were a standalone release, I'd be, oh yeah, all about it. It's not a standalone release. There'll be no pain anymore. And we can go here. Collected Manic Scribbles. I haven't played Remetaphor, but based on what everyone's saying, sounds like that's a good contender. I like Atlas games. I wouldn't be upset if Remetaphor won. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth should have been on the list. Why is that one not on there? I know I haven't finished that game, but it's good. Would you play Remetaphor for a tipsy stream? 1,000 tipsy streams? I worry that that game is like 1,000 hours long. I would totally play it. So was P3. Persona 3? You mean Persona 5? You're not wrong. Like, it did take 100 years to play through Persona 5 on stream. Like, I have the new Persona 3 re-release, and I haven't streamed it because I'm like, that'll be 100 hours long, it'll take forever. So I was probably just gonna be playing that as a me game. That's just for me. I-7, treatment stretcher. I'm kind of curious about restroom first. Oh, oh. Yeah, like, again, I want to finish Infinite Wealth. I want to finish Unicorn Overlord. They're just, they're not short. And not to be a numbers guy, but, boy howdy, not audience grabbers either. Alright, I know everything's coming closer. I can hear you. In both directions? I feel like I'm hearing things to my right and in front of me. Definitely to my right. There you are! And there you are. I knew it. Might as well. I have a lot of bullets. But did you like the first Like a Dragon game? That's the question. It'd be weird if you liked one and not the other, so I assume neither of them did it for you. What happened to the staff? They're doing fine. Kind of like a Dragon? Strange that you're not into Infinite Wealth. That's Dr. Shambling Mass. Paging Dr. Shambling Mass. Yeah, you're less about what I'm playing and more about just hanging out. I understand. More there for George. Trying to remember who's George. You can't stay in Magicraft? Ah, I love that game. I'm having a lot of fun with that. Oh, there you are. I know you don't like the sound effects, yeah. I make sure to take breaks. I got you. I got you. I only had one Womp 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 run, and that was a phenomenal run. Really good stuff. Been having the Magicraft YouTube videos in the background while doing housework. Nice. It's a new hole in the wall. Hydrotherapy is locked? I assumed. I assumed as much. I've been in here already. What awards? Oh, the Game of the Year awards. The Game Awards, I guess I should say. But specifically, the Game of the Year category has been getting a lot of attention for its unorthodox entries, we'll say. Not sure what to do with the treatment stretcher. Here we go. Now that last run was an epilepsy run. It might be my favorite run, but by the end it was just a screen of flashing lights, and when the lights dimmed, the boss was dead. But it does scratch, like, the good Binding of Isaac itch and the stupid Noida wand building itch. It's good stuff for me. I can totally understand why other folks would be less pleased with it. Do you think they had to pick a game that was only on the PS5 under pain of death? Which one of those is a PlayStation 5 exclusive? There's Balatro, which is everywhere. Final Fantasy 7. Oh, Astro Boy, right, Astrobot. Astrobot, I forgot about that one. I do want to play Astrobot. I really liked Astrobot's, like, free thing. $9,659. Alright. Guess that means we're done up here. Yeah, that one's going to be on PC, because all the other ones are, but it might not be on there yet. Yeah, Magicraft's a lot of fun. But all valid criticisms as far as, like, watching experience goes. You only played Balatro? Like, I played Shadow of the Erdtree, but I don't agree with it being on the list. Baldur's Gate came out this year, and I have to scroll down to best community support before I see it. Wait. That is, did Baldur's Gate 3 come out this year? That's madness if it's not on the list and it came out this year. He wrote down the numbers, but on what page did he write it on? $9,659. Yeah, that came out. Okay, that's what I thought. It came out last year. Community support, I don't think it matters what year the game came out. It's like, people are enjoying it and playing it, I think. Your reward is nothing! I'm pretty sure I agree with Gomper. Remakes? Those could be on there. Remasters? No. Remasters shouldn't be on there. And even with Remake, I think there should be a little... There should be a bit of judgment call as to, like, if you were to show me Psycho and the remake of Psycho, the one that is a shot-for-shot remake, I'd be like, only one of these gets the award, please. Remakes that do things differently, like the Final Fantasy VII remake is completely different, like a completely different game. All the way down to the story, like nothing about it's the same. Yeah, I'd be down with a subcategory. Need a ring for this one, huh? I agree with you too. Like Rebirth, I want to finish it. I have hopes that I'll turn around and like it by the end, but by God. The open world segments just make the game's pacing for me stop. Like full stop. She's an angel. No one knows, only I can see the lady of the door. They cannot walk along her bridge of thread. They fall from the weight of their crimes. Like bloated and ugly corpses, their sins, she devours them. Sin and sinner alike she saves. Me, she's an angel. Might as well Half-Life 3 on there. What a dumb category. Okay, elevator button. Seems like a good time to save. We're about to put an elevator button in. Valve actually talked about Half-Life 3 recently. That blew me away. They acknowledged it. That interview for the anniversary of Half-Life 2, they addressed it. Am I locked in here right now? What happened? We psyched ourselves out. They just kept on running into a situation where it's like, well, at this point, I don't know if we should do it. Unless someone has better ideas. Boop. Floor -1.
Hey everyone! Thanks for tuning in! Welcome to another exciting edition of Trick or Treat, where you answer our questions correctly and win a prize beyond your wildest dreams. Or you fail to answer correctly and receive the punishment. It's all in the hands of our lucky contestant, James Sunderland.
That's me!
James, are you ready to play Trick or Treat? Excellent! Here's your first question. In the early 1800s, a terrible disease spread across Silent Hill, resulting in the death of many of its inhabitants. Their bodies thrown into the lake to sleep forever in their watery grave. How many souls were lost during the plague? 1, 42, 2, 67, 3, 85. Know the answer? Well, you better hold on to it. You never know when it might come in handy. Now, on to the second question.
Oh no.
Follow Sanders Street heading east and further on to the outskirts of town. One and only one road will take you towards the lumberyard and the cemetery. What is the name of that
I'm thinking
road?
biggest one, yeah.
1. Bachman Road. 2. Munson Street. 3. Wiltsey Road. Did you get that? I sure as hell hope so. And for a third and final question, Silent Hill witnessed a gruesome murder a few years back. It brother and sister were playing in the road when they were attacked and chopped into pieces with an axe.
James is just taking this in stride.
Smashed bones, splattered blood. What a terrible tragedy. What a gruesome end to such innocent lives. One of the victims was a local boy named Billy Locay.
Billy.
But what was the name of the other victim? Billy's sister. 1, Miriam.
No.
2, Heather.
No.
3, Julia.
Maybe.
Well, that's the last of our questions. Have you got it all figured out? If so, fantastic. The time will soon come to collect your prizes.
Where?
But be careful.
Where's the flashlight light coming
wrong.
from?
Well, looks like that's all the time we have for today, folks. Thanks for tuning in. See you somewhere, sometime, in sickness or in health.
Where's the flashlight coming from?
What the hell was that?
There's no flashlight in my hand. It's supposed to be a pocket flashlight, but, like, we don't see it in my pocket. Oh well, probably not a problem. Shocker, the basement. Ah, false eye flashlight. You don't see it go dark because you blink with both eyes. Makes sense to me. That tracks, that tracks. Behind me is like dead-endy stuff. I should probably like determine that these rooms are worthless first. Yeah, like that. Now this room's done. And this is kitchen supply. Perfect. I want the, like, contact lens camera from, the Batman. You love this one professor that asks so little of you for work? Nice. Ew. I like that it's actively generating garbage. Like, who's using this? Who's throwing things away? 4 more of those 5-hour energy drinks and we'll have unlocked the hidden hour of the day. There is a role-playing system that I've never played, but I really want to. And God, I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's either called Don't Sleep or Never Sleep. But that's the kind of stuff that game is about. It's like, you've hit such a level of insomnia that you find, like, the secret dimension that exists on the other side of sleep. I picked it up a while back, and I've never got an opportunity to play it. The rule book is just sitting on my computer waiting. Don't rest your head. Thank you very much. Yes. That is the name of it. Has a lot of fun, with insomnia power. Like ants! Yeah! Have you played it before, Zavatsu? It's one of those, like, systems that I read about and was like, this is perfect. This is, like, made for me. You read the books? It's like playing the game. For a lot of role-playing games, yes. It's like, well, at least I've read the book. That's nice. Did y'all see the SciShow video where they talk about why sleep deprivation kills you? I have not. But I have watched a video about people with a genetic disorder that, like, it just kicks in one day. They'll be living a perfectly normal life, except they know because it's genetic, so everyone else in their family eventually died from it. Where one day they just stop being able to sleep. And then it's just a gruesome decline. And that's such a scary thing. It's like, how horrible. It's like, you know, one day you're gonna wake up and that'll be it. You'll never sleep again. And then it's just, you eventually die from that. Like, wow, that sucks. Why are they still having kids? That's a question I had when I was learning about this. But I guess it's just one of those, like, you know, life keeps happening. Ah, you bastard. Don't indiscriminately spew! Yeah, give me it in Discord. Crank 3, right? I mean, it'd be like more of a crank week. It does take a while to die from complete sleep deprivation. A while sounds long. It takes a few days. You could have a good period of time. Until it stops being good and starts being really bad. Ah, heck, I didn't check to see if I can go into Boiler Room 6. I mean, if you plan your crank week right, yeah, you wouldn't last a week. Is the Boiler Room door? Can I be satisfied now? Nope. There we go, now I can be satisfied. It would definitely be called Crank-thridded. I've seen some hills in this game, but they don't look very silent, right, Krios? How you doing, Krios? I should rewatch Crank and Crank 2. Very, very funny movies. Just the parking meter sex scene is one of the funniest things. We have to have sex or my heart will explode. Your fourth gun! Gun wife. Oh, okay, that's different. Gun wife. This one flies on a gun. That reminds me of an anime. I can't remember which one it was, but it was like a woman that would ride a sniper rifle. Alright, there has to be a breakable wall or something in here. You saw that one? You forgot the name too? Yeah, I don't remember the name of that one at all. There it is. She flies out a pistol, yeah. A modestly sized gun. There's the ring we need.
James.
Mary!
How'd you get to the shadow dimension?
Maria, I thought... Sorry. Anyway, I'm glad you're alive.
Anyway? What do you mean, anyway? I was almost killed back there. I have never been so scared in my whole life. All you care about is that dead wife of yours. You couldn't care less about me, could you?
Well, I could care somewhat less.
Just...
Then stay with me. Don't leave me alone again. You're supposed to take care of me.
You're the one that wanted to lie down. I think the thing they changed the most between original and remake is the dynamic between these two.
So what about Laura? You found her?
Yeah, but she ran away.
What?
She is inclined to do that.
Find her.
Yeah, you,
I'm
you
0
really
and 1
seem
on
to care about
wives.
that girl. Do you know her?
I'd never met her before.
Maria, just flip the table on us. We're the one that left you
I just
alone in the
feel
room to
sorry
try
for
and find her.
She's all alone, and I don't know, for some reason I feel like it's up to me to protect her. Come on, let's go look for her. You trying to blind me, James?
You want to finish that thought? You were saying something? We're gonna go find pizza, right? Looking for pizza? You were gonna say pizza, right? Hmm. I sure would love to be out of the hospital at this point. I think we're almost out. There's really no more hospital left to explore. Back up here. Is this door open? Nope. Hello? What do we have over here? Dirty needle? Dirty needle. Pretty close to being out of the hospital. Nice. Maria.
What the hell is that?
Rain.
Well, what do you know? A stroll in the rain. How romantic.
Maria. What are you talking about?
James, you could see the rain.
Trying to keep things light, James. Just you and me, okay?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The pool! Guessing all of the S's were locked, right? Or there were no doors to begin with? There were no doors. There were doors. Come on, James. You're supposed to be marking this shit on your map. Just because you're walking through a partial cutscene doesn't mean you're not allowed to mark doors for me, buddy. Look at them all. Doors upon doors you could have been marking. Much better. Hey, Doctor's Lounge? Come on, James. Slacking on me. Alright, we got the ring, which means we gotta head back to the director's office. Wow, that's a deep pool! Come along. Nothing. Day room. Someone's making a very squishy noise. I see you came in here with me. That's awkward. Damn, Sink. You sound like one hotel I stayed in once, where if you flushed the toilet, it made horrifying noises in all of the sinks. Doctor's Lounge. Oh Lord, has that happened to you?
Is that what I think it is?
What? What are you talking about? A door? Yes, that's a door. I'm still thinking about the crowbar from the UFO 50 game we were playing. Just use the crowbar.
There?
Yeah. You think you could give me a hand?
Me? You're supposed to be the big man around here. How's a little girl like me supposed to help?
Yeah, we used it to break a glass on like a cabinet. Didn't even use it to
Fine.
pry a door open. Good old water hammer.
Oh, God.
What's this?
Oh, another ring.
Not very cute, is it? Here, why don't you take it?
Thank you.
Thanks.
Why is James staring off into the middle distance for that?
So, where to now?
Come on. I think I know where those rings belong.
On my dick. Alright, still in technically new territory, huh? The patients will become the diagnosis scheduled for them when they'll make recovery, as my aim is always for the entire personnel, especially when their symptoms will become receding with effective treatment. Sounds like randomly generated text. All my puzzles involve chess pieces. James staring off in the middle distance, Sunderland. The family name. We've done it. 143? No. 154. None of these are right numbers. We need to go up to Lady the Door, floor 2. Even as a baby, he would stare off in the middle distance. Ma'am?
Watch it.
James is a monster.
What is that? James?
It's the lady of the door.
What's wrong?
Let's just get out of here, okay?
Thanks, door lady.
What's wrong? I thought you wanted to get out of here.
Come back through the
No.
front door.
It's just... something doesn't feel right.
Come on.
Take my hand. I don't know if I could pass through a loading screen. Calls to shut down Chinese aquarium, charging $50 to see fake shark. They just need to be more accurate with the advertisement. It is done. Sick no more. That reminds me, there was a Chinese zoo where they had, like, gorillas. And the gorillas were just people in gorilla costumes. Which sounds like a very fun job to have. Like, what do you do for work? I'm a gorilla at the zoo. I want my doctor to make notes like that. Yeah, I got cleared. You did? Here you go. It says sick no more. Doctor says sick no more. Wasn't there also a Chinese zoo that had fake pandas? I believe so. Where are we now? The hyper basement? I think it was other animals painted to look like pandas.
Run!
Chinese zoo has been forced to deny that its sun bear is actually a human in costume. That's Frugal Zoo running ship right there.
Elevator! Come on, hurry!
It's hard to hold this door open. You know, you should probably catch the next one. I could see Pyramid Head politely waiting. Alright, he's not politely waiting anymore. I'm gonna close the door now. Can't believe I lost two wives. Hopefully there's a third one. We had our wife was Mary. That was Maria. What'll our third wife be? Maggie? Probably Maggie. I feel like that scene didn't give the emotional impact that they think it should have. No. Marty. Marty. I don't know if they found Marty. Getting a trophy of that kind of kills the mood. Like... that is definitely one way to undercut whatever you're going for sure. You did it, chapter over. But I also feel like in the original game, because the original game is shorter, like, Maria sticks around in your memory a bit more. But, like, there's a huge chunk of the hospital where she's just not with us, and it goes on for a while. So it's true. The impact is a little diminished here. And again, I do feel like they changed their dynamic quite a bit between the original and this one. It's been a while since I played it, but I feel like I remember the original one. There was a bit more tension between the two of them. Like, James had some temptation toward her. In this one, he's very dismissive of her. We could have had a conflict scene between us and Pyramid Head. That would have helped too. There was a Pyramid Head at the Ren Fair? Nice. It's a medieval Pyramid Head. She shows up just to be stabbed. There's almost no interaction or substance between them. They're popping out of the aether and then being shanked. Oh, yeah. Like, they added a lot. Like, I feel like they could have padded her out a little bit. But I feel like, again, my big thing with Maria is in the original one, like, James kind of felt attraction toward her, and in this one, just very dismissive. He doesn't want to have anything to do with her, it feels like. The potential for this illness exists in all people, and under the right circumstances, any man or woman would be driven, like him, to the other side. The other side, perhaps, may not be the best way to phrase it. After all, there is no wall between here and there. It lies on the borders where reality and unreality intersect. It is a place both close and distant. Some say it isn't even an illness. I cannot agree with them. I'm a doctor, not a philosopher or even a psychiatrist, unlike the director. But sometimes I have to ask myself this question. It's true that to us, his imaginings are nothing but the inventions of a busy mind. But to him, there's simply no other reality. Furthermore, he is happy there. So why, I ask myself, why in the name of healing him must we drag him painfully into the world of our own reality? Hard agree on the James and Maria dynamic? Yeah, right? I think, like, I'm liking the remake quite a bit, but I think that's a big failing on its part. Think James's voice actor deserves the Best Performance Award? It is pretty good. I can get behind that. Is there a list for, the kid that tried to murder us? Is there a list of performances right now for this year's? Let's shout at her some more. If they stick with the original, as we get further in, it'll become more apparent that everyone sees something different in Silent Hill. So for the kid, locking us in the room probably wasn't a deadly thing, because she doesn't... I doubt she sees the scary stuff. James from Silent Hill 2, Aerith from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, main character from Star Wars Outlaws, and there's two others that no one remembers. I'd go with James so far, unless the other two are, like, somehow stellar. Sure is, Life is Strange and Hellblade 2. Well, I haven't played those, so I can't answer those. I was hoping to get outside so that I could see better, but we opted for dark and rainy, I see. Nurses? Outside the hospital? Luke Roberts for Best Performance. I need to see the other nominees for stuff like narrative, score, music, audio design. Pretty good stuff. I can get behind audio design. Yeah, yeah, replace every enemy with nurses and I'll be happy. Oh, you thought you were sneaking up on me, did you? Oh, you thought you had me. What are we doing on shotgun ammo, by the way? 16? 6 in the gun? I'd be cool with, sound design, voice acting. This game does have great audio design. If everyone sees something different, it's gonna be really hard to get anyone to figure out how all these people ended up shot. Narrative is Re-Metaphor, Silent Hill 2, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Infinite Wealth, Hellblade 2. I feel like by virtue of what the game is, like Re-Metaphor probably makes the most sense there. Haven't played it, so I can't have a strong opinion. But Re-Metaphor makes sense. Infinite Wealth is good, but I still think the first game had the better story, but I have to finish it before I know for sure. But I like what the first Like a Dragon had to say about homelessness and how people perceive those folk. What? Come on now! Audio design, Silent Hill 2, Astrobot, Rebirth, Black Ops 6, Hellblade 2. Yeah, Silent Hill. Give it to Silent Hill 2. This game's audio design is on point. James, come on. Score. Silent Hill 2, Metaphor, Astrobot, Rebirth, Stellar Blade. Now, as far as the soundtrack goes, I think the Silent Hill franchise has some stellar soundtracks. I haven't even played 3, and 3 might be one of my favorite video game soundtracks. But I haven't found the remake soundtrack to be as good as the originals, and that might just be, again, there's a lot more space between areas and moments, so maybe we just haven't been hearing as many of the tracks as I remember. Have a good night, Brewhark. Sleep well. Thanks for hanging out. Whoa. Oh, how sneaky! No, that's actually sneaky. Listen, the camera has me in a weird corner. I just want to be done with this fight. Where? Where is it? Where is the bug? It's under bodies that I stomp on. Don't make me take back my praise, game. Putting a scuttling bug under a corpse that I can kick. Still upset that Shadow of the Erdtree is nominated for Game of the Year. We were talking about that. I love Shadow of the Erdtree, and even I'm like, no, it's not a game, it's an expansion. If it requires another video game to be installed in order for it to be played, it should not be qualified as Game of the Year. I feel like that's not a controversial statement. Now, soundtrack, you're making it sound like something very important just happened, but I was just failing to break a window. Maria's dead. She's the one that would have told me where I was supposed to go from here. R.I.P. R.I.P. Maria. I'm upset the Helldivers 2 wasn't nominated. I don't think it should win by... or anything, but it should totally be nominated. Yeah, Belatra is nominated. It's on the list. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh yeah, that's bad. But she should be going down here. I'll use a dirty needle. I kind of hope it does. It'd be funny. The only problem is, like, much like other award shows, the voting isn't done by the normies, the common folk, the salt of the earth. It's done by, like, you know, shadowy industry people. I'm pretty sure Belatra is going to be sweeping the popular vote, the viewer votes or whatever it's called. Yeah, people actually played these games will probably vote for Belatra out of all those things. It would be nice to have a small, focused little indie game like that sweep and have all the big names fall to the wayside. Where the hell am I going? Heaven's Night. Can't go that way. She probably ran the other way if I'm running into all these dead ends over here. Game of the Year is an unsexy category? Isn't that the sexiest category? Yeah, dead end, dead ends. There's the hospital. Yeah, we gotta go down Carroll Street. Yeah, it'll definitely sweep Best Indie for sure. Best Mobile makes perfect sense. I think Shadow the Erdtree's gonna win. We're gonna hear an unpleasant amount of hype as to how it's a Sony game. Oh god, don't even joke. It couldn't be. Like, here's the thing. Even if Sony buys Katakawa, they will not own Dark Souls because there's still the Bandai Namco like shareholds on those titles and such. Like Sony will own Bloodborne, but who published? It's Bandai Namco for Elden Ring, right? They're not gonna get the Elden Ring name. What's frustrating is like FromSoft was saying, going forward, they want to self-publish their games. They don't want to be beholden for their future projects. After Elden Ring did gangbusters and the DLC did gangbusters, like, yeah. Oh. Yes, I'm Chris. Come on. Turn around and notice me. I don't want to fight two of you at the same time. I want one of you to walk over here. You know what? We'll just come over here. isn't gonna shoot their wink over the game of the year made by a studio they just bought? I suppose. I mean, they'll definitely be talking about it a lot. I just don't think they could be like, yeah, we own this. It's now a Sony game. Since, again, like, ownership for Elden Ring is tied up in another company that they don't own. Okay, alright, I need a dirty needle. No, not like that. Move around. I hope it doesn't win. Again, like, mostly for the DLC element. But I'm also trying to be hopeful that maybe they won't manage to buy Katakawa. That'd be fun, too. Still no time to buy Bandai Namco. Then they really would own all the things they want. Because right now, Sony, like... It's annoying, because you already have the IP for one of their games and you refuse to do anything with it. Still fills me with rage. There's still something aggressive nearby. Or not? Oh, here we go. Radio's making static. Other side of this truck, probably. Oh, it's a stupid bug. Where is it? Yeah, it's a bummer, because... Like I said... They were talking about, like, yeah, we're gonna be our own publisher going forward after this game did so well. It's like, yay! That'll be nice. So it'll suck if they get purchased. And it's bad for the anime scene, too! Oh, you little bastard. Can't remember all the studios that Katakawa owns, but they do own Dogakoba. And I like Dogakoba. Very possible, Krios. Very possible. Sony is not kind to the pervert anime. And as a consumer pervert anime, it makes me sad. What? If this is also a dead end, then where the hell am I going? That was a joke. Last season was in 2018. You say that like it means we wouldn't get another season, but I will use my favorite recent example. No! Fucking, In Another World with my smartphone. Look up how many years are between those two seasons, and that's a dog shit show. Fucking, The Devil is a Part-Timer. How long between those seasons? Time means nothing to anime seasons. Nothing. Decades can go between seasons. Decades! It is wacky how long they can go between seasons. Previously, they stuck with a 2-year release plan. It does depend on, like, which studio is making stuff, because Katakawa, like, they're involved. But I imagine, like, studio ends. Not to mention, like, author of whatever the original source material, they probably have a bit of a say in there. Alright, can't go this way. 4 seasons from 2012 to 18, Yeah, Gun Gale Online got season 2 after, I want to say 5 years. It's wacky. Where the shit am I supposed to go? It showed me the girl running away, And now I have no idea. I keep on turning around and facing the hospital. I don't want to face the hospital. I wouldn't mind going down the little, like, side road. Is this the side road? No. Alright, this way. Want to go around back of the hospital? Uh-huh. Alright, nothing here. This is a fake road. But yeah, I stopped thinking about, like, well, it's been a couple of years. I guess we're never getting another season when it comes to anime, because in particular, In Another World with Smartphone, a show that definitely doesn't need another season, just came out of nowhere after, like, 8 years, 9 years. Which was just weird. Not sure what the factors involved are. In part, I do think it has to do with, not necessarily the light novels or manga being done, but, like, an uptick in sales. Like, people are paying attention to the source material, and so they want to do it. I think that might be a big part of it. See, this is the only direction I could go. I must have missed something in here. There is nothing else. You thought that was a different anime in Another World of Smartphone? Alright, what'd I miss? Let's go forward first. So I can't go in here. The creator started a sequel in 2018. Yeah, stuff like that could be why suddenly another season happens. Come on. Oh! God damn it, destroyable walls. Walked away from the answer. Son of every bitch. Every goddamn time. Alright. Got a save square, which is good. Coming up on 130. I would like the game to, like, give me an idea of what's coming up next before I wrap up, though. There we go.
Laura, stop! It's dangerous!
She just faded into nothing. She turned into a ghost. Yeah, I'm gonna call it here. This seems like a good spot. We finished the hospital. We got back out into the street. Maria's dead. I've been streaming for a solid 8 hours. Seems like a nice spot. Nice spot indeed.